Brian, why don't you tell us about R. Mason Thomas, the edge rusher from Oklahoma?
Yeah, this is an interesting cat, and I say that in all respect because of the first step quickness, the ability to cover ground the way he does, the way he attacks the blocker. You could watch him against some really good offensive tackles in the Southeastern Conference. You could watch him playing in the Michigan game. You know, Michigan's got some offensive linemen there as well, but this guy can really accelerate. You talk about a guy that when he gets in space, he wears number 32, and you could see him flying across the field. I mean, he is going to, you know, when you watch him play the redirection, he gets not too far up the field, and then he could come back in a hurry to get on the quarterback. If he gets stopped, he keeps working on ways to free himself. We were kind of talking about the same thing with height when Texas Tech. I think he's got really good deceptive play strength for the position. He's 6'2", he's 249. He might not fit everybody's eye the way he looks, but man, you could see him. He can anchor down when he's asked to. He could squeeze those running lanes despite the smaller frame. I mean, I was super impressed with how low he can play with his pads. He can gain leverage. He does a really good job of going this. We always talk about the speed, the power. I mean, we always talk about this. Scouts probably won't like the frame of the shorter arms, but, man, you cannot discount the way this guy rushes the passer. He's got quick twitch. He's explosive. He does have a little bit of an injury history with some ankle problems that teams will probably have to look at, and so that's something that's really the only thing that I could see. Literally the lack of maybe bulk and size, the injury history, but everything about this player screams a guy that can get off the quarterback and does it against really good competition.
Brian, I was watching him, and it just put a smile on my face because we got rushes in this class, Brian.
Yeah.
Oh, we got some rushers in this class. All I need the Cowboys to do is to do the right thing when it comes to Keldrick Falk and T.J. Parker. Just do the right thing.
Put them where they belong.
If they got thirds on them, take it. If they got late seconds, if those dudes are 1-2-9s, we survive another day, Brian. We survive another day if both those dudes are ones, because we ain't got no picks in the second.
Right,
Brian. I was impressed with our guy, R. Mason Thomas. So, like, what's his name? Like, Rashad Mason Thomas? Richie Mason Thomas?
I don't know what the R stands for. I need to look that one up.
Anyway, R. Mason Thomas, but you got him, Brian. Explosive, bendy, twitchy.
Yeah.
I don't think he had a lot of sacks this year, but I can watch you win pass rush reps.
Yeah.
And I could tell that, all right, you probably had some more sacks coming.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You just didn't all the way get them. Gets to the back hip in a hurry, cool hands, swipes, rips, and clubs and all that. Very aggressive and feisty with his hands, Brian. Cool versus the run. Not crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he's had some decent days versus the run. You'd be surprised how often his bull rush works.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he's so crazy running.
Well, no,
running
he
past
could
people.
play because of the size of the leverage, you know, being a little bit of a shorter guy, getting up underneath blockers the way he does.
But that damn bull rush work, Brian, you basically knocked it out the park with the evaluation.
Yeah.
But just if I can add two more things, there are some Texas fans that want to make us watch players from the damn draft that ain't even in this damn draft.
Oh.
But the Gooseby kid.
Gooseby, I had somebody on Twitter ask me about watching him against Howell from Texas A&M. And so you'll think differently about Howell if you.
Bro, we got 250 players to watch, dog. We ain't.
I was funny though, but I went back and I watched the guy, and I think there was there was several of the big plays in the Texas offense that they had. It wasn't a matchup between Howell and Gooseby. So, you know, I was kind of like going, okay, I do my due diligence.
We need to follow our own plan and quit listening to these damn people.
No, I appreciate the reaching out though.
It's all good though. But the one thing that really stood out to me about Thomas is that he had a good day versus this Gooseby kid who's the boogeyman, and Duke Manyweather loves him.
Oh, yeah.
Duke said he'd be the number one tackle in this class if he came out. Cool. R. Mason had a cool little day and a sack against him, I believe.
Yeah.
And Caden Proctor, a tackle from Alabama. That I like a bunch.
Yeah.
So now we're constantly adding to this. What do you do versus good talent?
Right.
R. Mason is doing good things versus good talent. So Brian, basically, what that means to me is if the Cowboys decide to go with DB in the first round,
right.
There's some dudes in the 20s that I feel really good about.
Yeah, you should feel comfortable to know that if this thing gets down into it, and there might be some guys that get pushed because of. There might be some medical questions. There might be some of the lack of bulk questions, short arm questions. Scouts, you like to say this, people suck at drafting. Yeah.